Hello, how are you? I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. I hope you got to spend it with family or friends, and I'd love to hear more about it. So if you want to tell me, text me or put it in the comments. Let me know. And of course, I'm Lene Rose with Mix Cosmetics, your custom, sociable, eco-friendly makeup. And I make everything that I sell from scratch. So every single ingredient that you see on the back of a label, I have put into that product, and I've chosen that ingredient for a specific reason. So I'm gonna kind of talk about the mascara today, but this applies to all of the products that I make. Something like mascara specifically, or lipstick, or lotion. There are teeny tiny amounts of some of these ingredients, and oftentimes even those teeny tiny amounts make a huge difference in the product. So in mascara, for instance, there's this stuff called xanthan gum. It is probably, it is in fact the last ingredient on this label. So when I put xanthan gum in an entire batch of mascara, I make probably, I think 80 tubes at a time, 80 to 100, I don't remember exactly, 80 to 100 tubes at a time of mascara. I still put just a teeny shake of this powder. So here we go. This is 80 grams, so pretend I make 10 times this amount of mascara. And I still put a teeny tiny shake of this xanthan gum powder into the mascara. If I put more than that tiny amount, it's too thick. If I don't put enough, it's not thick enough. And then there's also this stuff called acacia gum. And let's see, it is, I think, halfway through it's about halfway through on the mascara label here. And that also helps to thicken it or thin it. And that has been the ingredient that I've played with the most, because mascara, when it goes on, you want it to be thin, you want it to not be so thick that it's clumping, but you need it to dry and you need it to coat your lashes when it's done. And if there's not enough xanthan gum and not enough of that acacia gum, it won't stick to your lashes, because gum, you hear that word in there, it's sticky. And so that's what kind of clings to your lashes. And so if there's not enough, it won't cling to your lashes. If there's too much, it'll be those clumpy spider lashes that most of us natural makeup people don't really want. And so when I need to tweak a recipe, when I need something to be a little bit better, a little bit worse, a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner, a little bit oilier, a little bit wetter. You know, we kind of expect a lot of our cosmetics. We want them to be waterproof. We want them to be sweat proof. We want them to be cry proof. We want them to last through lunch. We want them to last through licking our lips. We want them to last through rubbing our faces. We want them to absorb oil so we don't look shiny and glossy and gross by the end of the day. We don't want them to settle into our wrinkles. We want them to hide our wrinkles. We want them to benefit our skin. This is a lot to ask from one product. So when I go in to tweak something, sometimes, and this is all water, so I'm just kind of playing with these things. I put water in it as the show today. So sometimes when I go to tweak a recipe, this is about the size of the recipe that I'm gonna play with. And this tetrahexadecyl ascorbate, this stuff costs $1 a drop. So if this were actually tetrahexadecyl ascorbate rather than water, I'm putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops, and there it is, 10 drops. So that would have cost me about $10 to get 0.1 of a gram. And I need to test these things before I sell them to you guys. So $10 later, I need to know if this works, and do I need another drop? Do I need 2 more drops? Do I need 10 more drops to make this really, really great product for you, to thicken it or to thin it or to make it more waterproof? And then if it's like, oh, 10 drops was too much, instead I needed 5 drops, or I need 20 drops, well, this product is no good anymore. I added too many drops, or I didn't add enough, or I didn't add it at the right time. I wasn't able to melt it. So we dump it down the drain. So it's one of those things, like making products, it can take up to 50, 60, 70, 80 iterations of a product, and it can cost me hundreds and hundreds of dollars to try a new product. So sometimes when I put out a product, it's perfect, and sometimes I think next time I will add just a teeny bit more xanthan gum, and that'll thicken it up. But when I sell a product, I want it to be as good as possible, but sometimes I do have to settle for not entirely perfect because it costs so much, and I am not a multi-million-dollar corporation yet. So I try my best, and if you let me know the problems, I will definitely keep working on them and make my products better every single time. So I want to hear from you. If you have questions about the product, if you want to see something improved, let me know, and I will try to get it done for you. So thank you, and I will see you next week. This is Lene Rhodes.